Blog Talk Radio.
It's Cannon Baby coming with the heat. Got Endie Fiya playing in my speakers. Nikhil the host, girl in motion, all the way lit, airway smoking. You can call in, this phone lines open. Rockets are hot like we cooking a roast. Endie Fiya the GOAT, don't ask who the competition is, cause they standing alone popping. When you listening here, you always get what you want. Interviews, artists, songwriters, authors, and entrepreneurs. Chopping it up with powerful icons who make an influence. Who keep it hotter, this is Endie Fiya. Blazing on yourself, tune in and catch the heat. It don't even matter where you at. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. Yeah, holy moly, this day heat. Got Nikhil in my speakers. Girl in motion, get on your feet. Endie Fiya blazing, please keep it coming every week. We too strong, we defeat the weak. Cannon Baby, super speed. We keep it turning to the T. It's too high. A fireman can't put it out cause it's too high. Endie Fiya. It's too high, a fireman can't put it out cause it's too high. Endie Fiya, yeah. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone, for everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone, for everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone, for everyone. Entertainment, news, daily inspiration for everyone, yeah.
Hey, guys, what's good? Oh, my gosh. Y'all, let me tell you, I know you probably heard me laughing, like, through the entire intro. Man, you know it's Monday when your Monday feels like your Thursdays. Y'all know how my Thursdays are, right? I can't stand Thursdays because they drag. Like, my whole entire workday just drags from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. The day just drags. It feels like 8 a.m. like all day until like 4:30, right? So that's how Monday has been. Like it still feels like it's like 8:15 to me right now. So I'm sitting here and I'm waiting, you know, and I'm watching social media. I'm watching like all these posts. I'm like, my guest is so excited. You know what I'm saying? He's posting, but where is he at? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm watching the screen, like, yo, I don't see my guest, but he's doing all these posting, like, but where he at? You know, I don't want to talk, smack about him, but where he at? Because he's just posting, right? And I'm getting a thumbs up, and they're like, you got your guest in your ear? And I'm like, nah, but he's posting, he's excited. And I'm excited, but I don't have him. We got like 2 minutes, and I still don't have him. And they're telling me, like, but you on the right screen? And I'm like, yeah, because I'm looking, Guess what, guys? I ain't even on the right screen. So I had to laugh at myself because that's how I've been at work, like, all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got 3 monitors that I work on, and all day I've been on, like, one screen. Like, I mean, every now and again I flip back, between the other 2 monitors, but, like, all day I've been on, like, one screen. Like, it's just been, today just drug. Like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like it was Thursday, and so here I am today looking at 2 different monitors, in the studio, and I was on the wrong screen. So my bad. I had to apologize really quickly, to my guests. Like, I'm here, but I'm really not here. You know what I'm saying? It's like Thursday to me on a Monday, and man, I'm sorry, but we slid in, at the last minute. So nevertheless, how was your weekend? You guys have a good weekend? Somebody shoot me a quick message and let me know what you did this weekend. Was it exciting? Did you cook out? I know we're getting into some cooler weather. And what did I do? Well, I got my nails done finally, because, I have been, still kind of recovering. I think I'm in the last phases, of my limitations on what I'm supposed to be doing as far as surgery is concerned. So I finally went out, got my nails done after a minute. Guys, you should see the growth. I'm going to post the pictures. You should see the growth in my nails. I didn't cut them. So, I've been growing them now for, 2.5 years. So you already know how long they are. And my nail tech was excited to see me. I was excited to see her, too. But it was, putting on, like, real clothes kind of was, man. I was ready to get out of them clothes, man, after like 3 hours because I've been wearing like leggings and sweats and just really comfortable around the stomach area, just because just all of the sutures and everything, just kind of healing from all of that. Gallbladder, I had emergency gallbladder surgery. When I'm thinking I had none of that outrageous emergency gallbladder removal back in the end of July. All right, so still kind of just really sore behind that every now and again. But that's what I did this weekend. So somebody just tell me really quick, what you did so we can shout you out really quickly. But are you guys preparing for fall? Fall is coming up this week. And something that I learned, thank you, intern, something that I learned, I always knew, we're about to fall back. You fall back in the winter, or the fall, and then you spring forward in the spring, right? But it has a name, it's called the autumnal equinox, right? So this Thursday, the 22nd, 9:04 p.m. to be exact, that's when the fall equinox will arrive. 9:04 p.m., I said that, for the northern hemisphere. So that's us. The equinox occurs at the same moment worldwide, all right? We're not going to go into what this is, but why it's really significant to me is because I have a team of 26 that's under me, right? And out of that 26, I would say about 19 of them are South Africans. So as in they reside in different parts of South Africa. So they are in the southern hemisphere. So while we're over here talking about, the nights are getting cooler, they're over there, it's going to be spring for them. So they're always talking about, hot and, they're going through a lot of other things that, we don't have to experience, something called load shedding where, certain times of the day they're losing electricity, they lose, power's out. I have one where, 13 hours they were without power yesterday. It was a lot worse a couple of months ago. They're back and forth between having to, take baths and showers and ration out their water, and it's really, really bad. I tell my kids to limit showers here. It is really, really bad over there. But I just have to listen to them when they say, it's so hot, I had to cut my air on. And I'm thinking, what? Like, I'm trying to minimize my air right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason, because they're the southern hemisphere. We're the northern. We're going into the fall. They're going into the spring. They're excited about the warmer weather. And I'm like, huh? Like, we're getting rid of the warmer weather. Yeah. So that's what that's all about. So, guys, you getting ready for the fall? The leaves are changing, the pumpkin spice, and maybe you don't do the pumpkin spice. We're heavy with pumpkin spice here in my house, so we love the pumpkin spice and the scented candles and all of that, So we're going to talk about that more Thursday, of course, as we go into fall. Super excited about that, all right? More excited about the guest that I have here this evening, music artist, singer, and songwriter, The Messenger. Born Toddrick Butler in the city of Douglas, Georgia, and raised in the city of Pearson, Georgia. The Messenger brings positive vibes to the world with his music. Song topics ranging from loving that special someone to overcoming life's obstacles. His latest single, Drunk, shows his versatility as a music artist, singer, and songwriter. The Messenger has been blazing stages all across Georgia and other states, bringing a sound that can't be denied. There are so many things in life that can be accomplished if you put your all into it and don't give up. This is who and what The Messenger is all about. Follow his journey on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at ITZ, The Messenger, and check out his merchandise on the website at www.itzthemessenger.com. Endie Fiya listening audience, I present to you this evening my very, very special guest, music artist, singer, and songwriter. Is somebody already clapping for him? Hold on. Music artist, singer, and songwriter, The Messenger.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Far too kind.
You are so very welcome. How are you this evening?
I am doing amazing this fine evening. How about yourself?
No complaints, no complaints. Now that I'm on the right screen, you know what I'm saying? Now that I'm where I'm supposed to be, I'm great. I'm great. I'm glad you were where you were supposed to be on time, you know.
Hey, it's all
we
good.
were both where we were supposed to be, just, you know, I don't know. I just was, we have those
Hey,
days.
we right here now.
Yeah, we're where we're supposed to be at, you know, both of us in the same spot now. So that's all that matters. That's
Right.
all that matters. So let's jump right into this, you know what I'm saying? Your bio doesn't talk about where all of this began for you. So I'm going to take you back to the very beginning. You know, as a lot of my artists I have on the show, they all started somewhere. They didn't just wake up one morning and it hit them in the face that, you know, or I haven't run across anyone yet that had a love for music and they just woke up one day and said, you know what, I want to be an artist. I'm going to step into a studio and see what happens. You know, it came from somewhere. They were either drugged to church. They either, you know, had everyone in their family that sung and they had a gift for, you know, music, or they had a voice for it themselves, or, you know, they all had a story. So what's the story for you, the messenger?
Well, for the messenger, it was a mixture of a lot of things. Number one, like my dad is like the guy that's like into all types of music. So growing up, my dad like played so much music around me that, you know, I gravitated to it, whether it was so much old school music. He would always play like Midnight Star, some Southern Soul music. He would play Marvin Sease and Johnny Taylor. So I grew up on a lot of soulful music. And, you know, growing up in the church is where I really understood where I fit in as far as a singer. I didn't even know I could sing. I used to write a lot of raps growing up, you know, at lunchtime or in the room just writing raps. But my choir director, she wanted me to sing a solo one Sunday. And I was like, I don't know if I could sing this song. It was Mary, Mary, take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. And, like, I'll never forget it. And I sung it, and, like, my mom was in awe, and my dad was like, wow, I didn't know you could sing. I was like, I didn't know I could sing either. It's just something, I guess something that was always in me. So I joined a lot of, like, singing groups, you know, growing up in high school and middle school. Joined a lot of singing groups. We would write our own songs, and we would just do like quartet music. We'll just be in the foyer of the lunchroom and just be singing, you know, making sure that the girls will come over so we can get their attention and stuff like that.
Right.
But it wasn't until I got to college that I actually recorded myself and heard my voice live. And I was like, wow, I actually really sound good. And, you know, I just, you know, tapped into it. But I am I'm going to change that word. I am a way much better singer now than what I was back in the day, because I did not know my voice. You know, I really didn't. My voice really had matured, and I used to force a lot of things as far as a singer, but actually then growing up and learning and actually going into a lot of choir workshops, working with people who actually know the different ranges of soprano, alto, and tenor, actually learning your voice and learning what ranges your voice is capable of hitting. That's when I became a better singer.
I'm still stuck on a song that you had to sing in church.
Right.
That is, I feel like for someone who didn't know their strength as a singer, didn't know, your parents didn't know what you were capable of doing as a singer, that was the perfect breakout song. Because shackles tend to hold us down. And I believe the lyrics of the song mention that. You know, you have to break free from things that weigh you down and hold you down. And shackles do that. And so that was, I don't know, maybe that choir director kind of had that in mind when giving you that song. Maybe she saw something in you. But the shackle does bind you and hold you down. And maybe, you know, she saw that in you. And maybe that is the motivation that you needed to explore those singing groups, you know, that you mentioned that, you know, that you and your friends had, that you know, had the girls come over and listen to you all sing.
Right.
Maybe that's what you needed to expand upon that voice of yours and take it to the next level. But interesting that you mentioned how going to the different workshops helped to develop your voice. I just remember being in college for maybe the second time, moving from New York the first time, and living in Charleston, South Carolina, and attending the College of Charleston and being in the gospel choir there, and learning, you know, because always being in church choir, you know, it was just something that you had to do. You didn't have a choice. You had to be in a church choir. But when you actually get into a I don't want to call it a real choir, but a real choir, and you are
a real choir.
You know what I'm saying? A real choir, and you're actually learning, you know your voice, so you think you do, but you're having someone who is in your ear, the choir director in your ear. You're learning the other parts, the soprano, the alto, the tenor, and even the bass. You know what I'm saying? I think I actually developed my voice during my time in a real choir. So it's interesting that you said that, going to those different workshops. That's when I learned, you know, my voice and the power of my voice. Now 20 years later, I'm sad that disappointed. I'll say I'm disappointed that I slept on my talents. You know what I'm saying? Back then, I was all about it. You know what I'm saying? I was all for it. You know, but I'm disappointed in myself. And I mentioned this, you know, on a show not too long ago. When you have a gift and you don't use it the way that it's meant to be used, you'll lose it. And I used to shy away. You know, you're right. I shied away from, because everybody in my family sings. You know, they get up and belt out. You know, you call them up, they're ready to sing. When it's time for me to sing in church, I always had laryngitis. You know, no, I don't want to sing. And so now my singing voice is non-existent, pretty much. Now, I found another way to use my voice. You know, radio presentation, that's my thing.
Right.
You know, so I found another way to use my voice, but if you don't use it, you'll definitely lose it. So
and I'm a big believer on what the word says too. I'm a big believer on the word says, because you ever heard the parable of when God there was the three guys, and God gave one 10 talents, gave one 10 gifts, gave one 5 gifts, and gave one 1. And the guys with the 10 and 5, they hid their gifts, but the one with the 1 gift, he utilized it around, you know, and made room for himself. So then God took the 10 and the 5 from the other 2 men and gave them to the 1.
Exactly.
And I'm a big firm believer of that, and that's why I said in my bio, you know, anything can be accomplished if you put your mind to it. I'm one of those guys where I'm from a very, very small town, and not a lot of people from my town actually do something with their gift and actually, you know, try to apply their gift to put it on a broader scale. And I've always been that one that I always looked outside the box. Like, if these guys from these other cities can do it, why can't a guy from a smaller town do it? It's just I got to put in a little bit more work. but I'm willing to do that because I know I have a gift that needs to be heard.
So let's stay right there for just a moment. When it comes to you mentioned being from, because I don't think I've ever heard of Pearson, Georgia. Douglas sounds a little familiar, but Pearson, I don't think I've ever heard of that. But seeing that you already recognize that you come from these smaller locations, and you know that you have to put in work, just maybe a little bit more so than somebody else, and that you have to step outside of the box and do things that maybe somebody else might not have to, or do. What is it like being outside of the box? What is it like not following the cookie cutter mold that, so many artists, it's easy to sound like the next R&B artist or the next soul artist or the next gospel artist because everyone is following that same criteria. So it's easy to look like, the next pop artist or the next rap artist because everyone's following that same style. But when you step outside of the box and you create your own genre of music, or you create your own style of music, or you create your own look, what's it like to be in a lane just all of your own?
Well, for me, and just being honest with you, it's normal for me. And the reason why I say it's normal for me because I started this so early as a kid, to where like even in high school, I played sports throughout my whole entire, high school, middle school, throughout school. So, come to games, basketball games, you just had to wear like slacks and button down and stuff like that. But I would go above and beyond, and I would put on a 3-piece suit. It's what the professionals do.
Right.
It's what the professionals got. It's what the professionals got on. So why don't I set myself apart in high school, and start training my mind to be different than everybody else. Even when it comes down to me making music, if you notice, I don't curse in my music. And a lot of people ask me, well, why don't you curse in your music? I want to be different. I don't want to be like everybody else. Number one, I have kids, and my kids are near and dear to my heart. So right now, if you ever scroll on my social media and you see my daughter singing my songs are appropriate for her to sing, and she can sing every word for word because it has nothing vulgar, and it is a great song. It's something that you can vibe to. So when it comes down to being outside the box, it's just something that I've always done. And even with going to shows, I never wanted to go to a show and look like everybody else. And it's because everybody, and it's no shade to nobody else, but every rapper has on chains. Their watches,
right.
They look like rappers. But for me, when I come in and I got a fedora on, and I got a nice top, some nice bottoms, and some Chelsea boots, or some type of boots on, or some type of shoes that don't look like I'm a music artist, and then when I get on the stage, and then you think I'm about to sing, and then I rap, you be like, wow, I didn't know that guy can do that. That's crazy. But then when I come back around and then I start singing, you're like, well, this is what I expected from him. But wow, he could do both. This guy is very versatile. And for me, I look at it from a very marketable standpoint. I always wanted to be marketed different. I want to be able to, when I'm going somewhere, that's him because of this. That's like my last show that I just did downtown Atlanta at the Indie Tailgate downtown in front of the stadium. It was an outside event, so it was super hot. So I didn't wear my fedora, You will be surprised that a lot of people did not recognize me because I did not have my fedora on. Because it's solely because they expect a certain appearance. When you've been doing that for so long, they expect a certain appearance. But then that's why I branded my merchandise the way it is, because even now, if you don't see me with the fedora on, when you see my merchandise, you'll see the fedora and you'll see, oh, that's the messenger. He don't have his fedora on, but I can tell from his merch that that's the messenger. So I just always stood outside. I always wanted to stand outside the box. I never wanted to be like anyone else.
I don't know how old you are, so I don't know if you would remember this artist or not, but he was big when I was younger. Kwame.
Yeah, I've heard of Kwame.
Polka dots was his thing, but he was just his style was just in a category of his own. Like, he couldn't be duplicated at all. And even his style of rap was just, in a lane of his own, and I think individuality is what we need nowadays from both males and females, because again, everyone's just trying to follow the trend. Everyone sounds the same, you know what I'm saying? And like you mentioned, step up on the stage with a fedora and they expect you to sound kind of like Jadena, you know what I'm saying? And then you belt out a rap, but then you may take the fedora off and then give them what they're expecting. That versatility, to be able to be flexible and cross all genres is, in this day, I think artists who have that potential is something that is lacking. Everyone and the artists that I've had on the show the past 2 months, I am in awe because they are so versatile. From being able to cross genres from blues to country to southern soul to hip hop, and combine to new country soul, combine all of that, and to make fire tracks. You know what I'm saying? It's just mind blowing, and not be so. And not that I am knocking anyone who all I do is rap. I ain't knocking you. That's your thing. Right. I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? But when you have these artists that have the capability, I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? It takes me like 7 months to write one song. So when you have artists that are capable of crossing genres, you know what I'm saying, and they have that versatility, it is just they're gifted. And they're blessed with what they do. And then to have, a style of their own, that's just, and not follow the trend, and not be afraid to step outside the box and, have that unique and individuality. That's amazing. So, yeah. Right. Where do you find your motivation? I know that you mentioned that you have children. And it is important, I feel like, as an artist, when you have children, no matter the age, you want them to be supporters of your music. You want them to be supporters of what you do. You want to, they should be your biggest fan base. I've always wanted my children to support me here on the show. They get excited. My mother, she has this show and she has, all these guests on her show. And, they always, they the past 14 years, they've always talked about, all my shows, and they get excited about it. So I always want to present myself in a positive light with everything that I do with all of my shows. You know what I'm saying? So I completely understand, when you say my music doesn't have the profanity in it, because I would want my daughters or my sons to be able to belt out the lyrics to my songs. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But when it comes to your motivation, you know, where do you find the motivation just to continue doing what you're doing on a daily basis? Is it your children?
I grab motivation from a lot of places. Number one, you know, I grab motivation from my wife. You know what I'm saying? She pushes me to, you know, because my wife met me in college when I was singing, and she was, you know, so she's been with me in those earlier stages when I was really trying to find myself as a music artist. So definitely the motivation right there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, cause she pushes me, you know, in that area, and then my children. My son is like one of my biggest fans. He goes throughout the school, letting everybody know, hey, my dad has a YouTube channel. Go subscribe, and he has Spotify and Apple Music. So my son is in his middle school, sharing it to everyone. And my daughter, 5 years old. My daughter, her name is Harmony. That's my music baby. She sings every single word. Like, I can be in the studio recording. She'll sit right here and she'll watch me record the song. And that's how I know she has an ear for music at 5. She'll sit right here and watch me record the song, walk out and come back, and she'll be singing the chorus. Just like that within like 5 to 10 minutes. She got it all right. So, and then like you know, I got you know, my brother and his family, my nieces and nephews. My sister, she's about to have her first child. My mom and my dad, and I've always told myself that I wanted to be more, and I always wanted to give my family more. You know what I'm saying? I'm a guy, like I said, I'm a guy coming from Pearson, Georgia, single wide trailer, a family of 5, my mom, my dad, my brothers, my sister, and me. And we all in this one house, you know, house, and we all trying to survive, you know. And I always wanted to be able to give my family more than what we saw on a daily basis. That's motivation. That's motivation for me. And then I joined the military in 2013. I'm still active duty. I'm in the Army. So my first assignment was Germany. So you got to think about it. At 23, 24, I'm overseas and I'm seeing a whole nother country for the first time in my life. And I'm like, wow, I want to have this for myself. Like, I want to be able to do this on a daily basis. Like, I want to be able to travel and go these places and do that. But I want to be happy while doing it. And music is my passion. Music makes me so happy. I can sit in here and just create, you know, a song in 30 minutes. Like, last night, I literally made a song in 30 minutes off of an idea that I was singing while walking to the refrigerator. And I came back into the studio and I recorded it, and the song was done. And it's that motivation and that passion. And then also, the type of music that I make, like I said, I want to elevate the minds of others. And it's my true supporters and fans who really, you know, support the music. Like, every time I'm posting something, every time I'm releasing something, they right there sharing, commenting, liking. That's so much motivation. And if I can shout out one super duper trooper fan right now, it's I met a woman out of Atlanta named Anna Serves. She is so dope. She's a singer. There's this one song that I have. It's called Stretch Marks, where this song is about empowering women to love themselves for who you are. You know, whether you big, tall, short, small, you know, love yourself, because there are men out there who actually love you for being who you are. And that song, she told me that song motivated her. You know, she's been, you know, loving on herself in the gym, getting right, and just loving herself and just being free and being happy, that's motivation within itself. You know, whether a dime comes in my pocket, whether my name is in lights, if I can touch the hearts of people like that, then God, what I'm doing was exactly what God called me to do, and that's my motivation. So, like I grasp motivation from so many people, so many areas. Like time and time again, I'll go back home to my hometown, and my hometown ain't but so big, so I'll just ride around and just by myself and just listening to my music, and I'm like, thank you, God. You know, you made a way for me to make it out, and now that I made it out, you allow me to make another way to put me in an even better position with my music, and I greatly appreciate it because it could have been any other way, but I'm still here, you know, not doing anything with myself, or you know what I'm saying, just wondering what's gonna come the next day, versus me praying for what's going to happen the next day, planning out my next day, and God allowing me to fulfill what I wanted to happen the next day. So that's my motivation comes from so many different places, but I think first and foremost, you know, God allows that motivation to come my way in so many different ways because He wants me to continue to keep going and do what He called me to do.
That is awesome. So first and foremost, thank you so much for your service. How you did say you're still active
duty, thank you for your support. Thank you.
Yes. My oldest is in the Army as well. He's been in 7 years. 7 years. So
I've been in 9 years. Yep.
Yes. So, and shout out to Anna. Yes, I didn't get her last name. Shout out to Anna.
That's her artist name. Her artist name, Anna Serve, yeah.
Serge, all right. So shout out to Anna and ATL. And you know what? I don't like to say we have fans. We do have a listening audience here.
Oh yeah, that's why I call them my supporters, my true followers, my true supporters,
and our listening audience, you know, here on the show. And I know exactly what you mean. You know, we took a year hiatus last year that was only supposed to be 3 months. I was going through some medical issues, so we took this 3-month hiatus. And during that time, my assistant at the time passed away from COVID, and so that was extended a little longer, and then my medical issues were a little bit longer. And, you know, during that time, it just gave me it allowed me to just rethink, you know, this whole entertainment industry thing, and just wanted to make sure, even after all the time, you know, that I had put into 14 or 13 years at the time, just, you know, is this where you really want to be? Is, you know, just, you know, how you have those, you know, thoughts of, you know, is this where you really want to be? Is this what you really want to do? Just
right.
Thoughts of negativity. And
right.
I just kept pushing it back. And, you know, every now and again we made an appearance, you know, quote unquote, on the show. And finally this year, you know, my mentor passed away, and that was all the motivation that I needed to return. But in the meantime, I had, you know, previous guests that had been on the show constantly checking up on me, you know, supporters of the show, listening audience
right.
members of the show that were constantly checking up on, you know, making sure that we were good. And it's those individuals that just kind of kept that fire burning, you know. And when you have a purpose, when you know that this is what it is that you're supposed to be doing, there will always be something that ignites the fire within you. And so every other week I was quitting, you know what I'm saying? I'm done with this, you know. And I still say that, you know, every other day I'll say it. You know what? This is too much work. You know what I'm saying? My assistant actually lives in Germany. And she's been my assistant for the past 12 years since I had, my event planning business. Her husband's military, so which is why she's in Germany now. But, we talk every day, and I tell her all the time, this is so much. It's so much work. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're there, I'm here.
It is.
I don't have to co-host anymore. I have an intern now, but it is a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? And so, but as you're telling other people on a daily basis, as you're motivating them, use some of that empowering or some of those empowering words to motivate yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
As I was just saying, when you have fuel that ignites a fire within you, there's always going to be, you always have your purpose. And so as long as you know what your purpose is and you are passionate about your purpose, and you know that it is something that God has positioned you to do, then it's always going to be there. You're always going to go back to it. And no matter, what obstacles come your way, you're always going to overcome those obstacles so that,
right.
At the end of the day, you're going to be right back in that chair. You know what I'm saying? 6:30 p.m., Monday, Tuesday,
right.
Thursday. So
clicking buttons. Clicking buttons, making it happen.
Pushing the buttons on the wrong screen, but
Mm-hmm. Because I tell you this, like even to the point of like, what is it really worth it if it comes easy?
Right.
Like if things in life really worth it if it comes easy, like the worth comes out of it because you work hard for it. It didn't come. Nobody handed it to you. You actually grinded for it. You actually, worked hard for it. That's just like last year. I was nominated for Lyricist of the Year at the Atlanta Hip Hop Awards.
Mhm.
Me personally, I'm thinking I'm just nominated, not knowing that when I got there, I was going to win the award.
Oh, congratulations!
So last year I won Lyricist of the Year, and I'm like, wow. But when I walked outside, and me and my wife were walking back to the car, she was like, wow, you won. And I was like, baby, this is what all my hard work has been going into. Like, people actually noticing what I'm doing. So, like, this year, I'm nominated for R&B Artist of the Year. And I'm like, wow, the areas of versatility that I'm showing, I'm actually being noticed and recognized for it. So, and it's not coming easy. That's what makes it worthwhile.
Yes.
So I'll tell you that when it's not coming easy, that's all of the motivation to keep going, because it's so worth it when you're reaching the right people and you're reaching people who is supposed to reach, and it's all because you're waking up at wee hours in the morning and getting it done. Everybody ain't built like
music. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was gonna say everybody ain't built like that. So, you were made like that. We were made like that. So when we're built like that, we gotta apply pressure.
And that's all I'm doing. I want to get into some of this music before we run out of time. Now we're talking about
all right.
Yeah, we're talking about best R&B artists, and so we want to give the listening audience just a taste of what other people are seeing. I found love, the creative process for the song right here. Let's talk about that just a little bit. What's going through your mind?
So I found love. What was on my mind when I made I Found Love? So being where I'm from, I'm closer to the South Florida line. So a lot of the South Florida type vibe, like Miami vibe, its music will come, like it will come our way. So when we're in the bars or in the clubs, that's the type of vibe that was always being played, which is the juke. They call it the juke movement in Florida. And I've always wanted to make a song like that. And I was like, you know what? Today I'm gonna get in the studio and I'm gonna make a song like that. So I went and I found an instrumental I found the producer, connected with the producer, and got the beat from the producer. And like I was like, what do I want to talk about? And then out of nowhere, it came out, and I was like, I started with the verses first, and I was like, I want to talk about coming into an area, and this girl just grabs your eye, but you found love in a totally different place. You didn't find love you didn't find it at church. You didn't find it at the restaurant, or you didn't find it, at a venue. You actually found it like you partying, and you found it at a club. And because it's kind of ironic, because even though me and my wife we didn't meet each other at the club, but that was like one of our things growing up, where we would always go out and dance and have a good time to this type of music. So it kind of worked hand in hand.
All right. I want to give you the opportunity to go ahead and introduce your song to the listening audience.
All right. What's good, world? You already know who that is. It's The Messenger, and you are tapping in to one of my singles, I Found Love. Where would you find love? We do not know. Maybe you'll find it in the club. Let's go.
Close to baby.
you're just tuning in, you're live right here on Endie Fiya with your girl Nakia and my very special guest music artist, singer, and songwriter, The Messenger. And that right there was I Found Love. Tell me what you think about I Found Love. I already got thumbs up over here for In Rotation. Yes, guys, see, on the show, we don't listen to music that we're going to play when a guest is on the show for an interview. We don't play it prior to the show. We want to be as, surprised as a listening audience. We want to like it or we want to not like it. It's going to be one or the other, no in between. Definitely that's going in rotation. That's actually going on my Spotify playlist. I
appreciate it.
Yeah, we like that. We thumbs up over here, definitely. Yes, going in rotation. New Music Mondays. Yes, we like that. Yes.
I greatly appreciate it.
Had not heard The Messenger at all because, guys, I was supposed to be listening to all of my guest music prior to, so I would know a little bit, but I had not heard The Messenger at all. So, yes, I'm very impressed with the sound. I can understand now why he won Lyricist of the Year. He says he's up for R&B Artist of the Year this year, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so we need to get over there so we can get these votes up, guys, all right? Yes, we need to get over there and get these votes up. Make sure I got the link, even though I know how to find the link. Make sure I got the link. Make it a little easier on me. But,
gotcha.
Yeah, most definitely. Let me ask this question here. I know because you are so versatile, and I know, you come from a smaller city. People may not, know where you're from. They may just be like, this small town artist, and he's trying to do all of this, and he got this, look about him. You may have people just talk about you, as, people just talk about people anyway. But have you faced any barriers or, skepticism as an independent artist just because of those issues?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, one of the biggest things is like where you're from, but of course you're really not gonna get as much of support as you think you're gonna get from where you're from because you know all these people, and it is what it is. But I know that it's one of those things to where I've already made it out the hood. I raised my right hand and joined the military, so you'll get that skepticism like, why is he doing music? Why is he doing something else when he's already he has an established career? He's in information technology. He's an IT guy in the military. So why is he pursuing music? Why is he trying to make music his full-time job when he already has a career? Or I'm not. Yeah. Or like, who does he think he is? There's other people here in the city that's better than him. Maybe. But at the end of the day, I'm that guy that is putting in the time. I'm putting in the work. I'm putting in those man hours of getting on the road, driving from Augusta to Atlanta, 2-hour show on a weekday, and coming back out 2 hours back home, getting 4 hours of sleep and going back to work next morning. I'm that guy. That's what a lot of people don't know. I'm that guy that will have PP formation at 6:30, and I got a show on Tuesday night at 9, on Wednesday night at 9:30, and I'll do the show, network, make sure I'm out by a good certain time, come back home, sleep, and go back and do PT the next morning. It's solely because I want it, and I grind that way because I want it. So yeah, I receive skepticism, and I think mainly because, like I said, I'm out. I mean, I'm out. I'm not where I'm from. I've been away from home for 9 years, so it's like, who does this guy think he is? I mean, he's already established, has a family, has a wife, 2 kids. What is he doing? Pursuing music. But little do they not know is there's other artists with similar backgrounds that never stop going either. but you supported them because they're famous. You're not supporting me because I'm not there yet. But just wait. But just wait.
What is one message that you would like to give, you know, the naysayers right now and those fans, those supporters, my listening audience? What's one message that you want to leave with them about the messenger right now?
When it comes down to who you are, stay true to who you are. Don't waver for no one. Don't switch up for no one. Be true to who you are. Be true to your craft. Because just because one person doesn't like you for being who you are, there's 1,000 more that loves you for being who you are, for being authentic, for not changing, for not switching up. And for the people that got something to say about what you got going on, like I said, I always go back to what the words say. Be careful about who you put your mouth on, especially when they belong, especially when they belong to me.
Well, I want to jump into your last track that we have. Take us to the creative process just for Drunk.
Oh man, so my favorite. So once again, I'm a country boy. You know, I ride 4-wheelers, I ride horses, I ride ATVs. You know, we do it all. So, I wanted to tap into my you know what I'm saying, my countryside, my backwoods, where I'm from.
All right.
And you know, you sip on something every now and then, and you just have a good time. But I was like, I never just had a song that gave people the mindset of, hey, you know, we've had a long week at work, or we just need a vacation, and we just need to woosah, forget about what happened throughout the week or yesterday, and let's just sip on something. We ain't gonna even worry about what happened. We just gonna sip on something, and we gonna laugh, and you know, if it's still there tomorrow, all right, cool. But today we ain't worried about it. Let's just get drunk. Let's just get drunk. And that's what I made, and that's what I made the song. It's just a song about having fun, and you know, I mainly made the song about, you know, just enjoying yourself with your family, your friends, your loved ones, because life is too short. Like I said, I made a statement in the song, you know, about telling my friends, if it happened in the past, we putting in the win. We ain't worried about what happened in the past. I'm with you, you with me. We just gonna enjoy each other today because we don't know what tomorrow brings. So we ain't. That's what I said. We ain't worrying about tomorrow. It's about today. Let's get drunk.
Endie Fiya, listening audience, tell me what you think about Drunk by The Messenger.
I had a long week. Need to kick up off my feet, yeah. I'm about to call up the guys. We gon' go right. I need to see what's outside. I need me a night. Better get a weekend. So I can hang with my dog. And we can all pitch in. And buy us a liquor. Long nights with no filter. Ain't worried about tomorrow. Finna drink away the sorrow. And we about to get drunk. About to drink all night, drink all night. So we about to get drunk, yeah. Drink all night, drink all night. We ain't worried about tomorrow. Finna drink away the sorrow. It's going down tonight. We about to get drunk. It's a new year and we about to get drunk tonight. Oh yeah, I'm feeling like an animal. Finna get drunker than the skunk tonight. Oh yeah, I've been down in the dump, so I really need to have some fun tonight. Oh yeah, and I ain't worried about tomorrow, so I'm finna live this one tonight. Oh yeah, I'm in stressed all week, baby. So I need a drink, baby. I need a girl for you to ease my mind and think, baby. So pour me a shot of you. Pour one and pour me two. Better yet, just need about it right here, 'cause I need all of you. This is a night to remember. Yeah, it's about to go down just like timber. Oh yeah, cigar in my right hand, Rick up in my left. I used to do this by myself, but tonight I'm gonna share, 'cause I need me a night, yeah. Maybe in the weekend, so I can hang with my dog, and we can all pitch in, and buy some liquor, long nights with no filter. Ain't worried about tomorrow, finna drink away the sorrow. And we about to get drunk, about to drink all night, drink all night. So we about to get drunk, yeah. Drink all night, drink all night. We ain't worried about tomorrow, finna drink away the sorrow. It's going down tonight. We about to get drunk. One night down, then we about to go again tonight. Oh yeah, nothing else matters, 'cause I'm with all my friends tonight. Oh yeah, if it happened in the past, we could've put it all in the wind tonight. Oh yeah, so watch us in the air, 'cause we doing this till to the end of time. Oh yeah, I need this time to get away, but I take this bottle and meditate. Pop one more and let's celebrate. Taking off like a rocket up a big way, yeah. This is a night to remember. Yeah, it's time to go down just like timber. Oh yeah, cigar in my right hand, break up my left. I used to do this by myself, but tonight I'm gonna share, 'cause I need me a night. Ready in the weekend, so I can hang with my dog, and we can all pitch in, and buy some liquor, long nights with no filter. Ain't worried about tomorrow, finna drink away the sorrow. And we about to get drunk, about to drink all night, drink all night. So we about to get drunk, yeah. Drink all night, drink all night. We ain't worried about tomorrow, finna drink away the sorrow. It's going down tonight. We about to get drunk.
Ooh, boy. Man, you know what? I haven't drunk in a year for medical reasons. That's, you know what? If you don't even drink, you want to go drink and get drunk.
Make you just want to.
I'm just reminiscing.
At least just take,
you know what I'm
just
saying?
take a
The
shot.
song makes you salivate. The song makes you want to go drink. Like I'm about to go get a bottle of wine right now. Like I'm supposed to go to Bible study, but I'm contemplating. All right, I'm gonna go to Bible study. Then go with the bottle of wine. How about that?
Yeah, they go get a bottle of wine. Yeah.
I'm weighing my options right now because my mouth is watering. So I feel like I really need to just drink. It ain't even the weekend, but after the day that I've had, I feel like I just need to drink just because.
And that's
you
what
know
it's about. That's what it's about. You know, you had a good a long day, a long week. Hey,
it's been a long day.
Take some time for you.
I was already giving directions. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, I really do. Yeah, I need to get this bottle. I want to go ahead and give you the opportunity to get all of your contact information out. I know that I gave it out when the show started. I know it's on the website, but I want to go ahead now and officially give you the opportunity to get all of your contact information out for those who may be listening live, for those who come back and listen to one of the many playback shows. If they're interested in getting you booked, if they're interested in reaching out, to you for I don't know, for whatever reason they may need to reach out to you.
Oh, yeah.
If they want to get you, for interviews, if they want to purchase merchandise, whatever the reason is, they may want to get in contact with you. The floor is now yours to get all of your contact information out.
All right. So everyone out there in Radio Land, you can follow me on all social media platforms at It's the Messenger. That's It's with a Z. It's the Messenger. You can go to my merchandise website. That's www.itsthemessenger with a Z as well. Itsthemessenger.com. If you want to book me, just contact me in my DMs. You can also message my manager. my manager. You can find my manager on social media at iDJ Swag. There's DJ Swag with 2 G's. You can also find me on Just Swag TV at Swag with 2 G's. Follow me and go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am on a goal right now to get to 1,000 subscribers before the year is out. You can also find me on on my YouTube channel at It's the Messenger as well, ITZ the Messenger. I have hashtag Messenger Mondays where I give you a cover song every single Monday, and I have 16 Bar Fridays where I give you a freestyle every Friday on top of the music videos that I put out on a daily basis or on a monthly basis when they come out. Go on all distributing platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you stream your music at. Please go download my newest single, Drunk. I'm telling you, it's a vibe. I found love. Run It Up. I got so many songs out, and to every song that you are listening to, I either got a music video out or a music video is coming out for it. And also, stay tuned for the Thin Line, Love and Less. I got an EP out called The Thin Line Between Love and Less, and we're working on episode 3 right now. There's 7 episodes. It's giving you a understanding of what that thin line is between love and lust between episode 1 and 7. So yeah, go subscribe to the YouTube channel because I got a lot coming for you. Stay tuned, and if you out and you're near the Augusta area, stay tuned because I got some things coming up downtown. Shout out to Toast of Augusta. We're going to be put together an event coming up soon. So stay tuned for what I got going on here in Augusta. And then also next month, October the 8th, I'm nominated for R&B Artist of the Year and Just Dope Award of the Year. Let's see if we bring home both of them. I am the messenger. Who that is? It's the messenger.
All right, guys, you heard him. I'm still intoxicated over here, so I can't repeat anything said other than follow him on all social media at It's the Messenger. That's ITV the Messenger. All right, that's about all I can do.
And subscribe to that YouTube channel.
Yes, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yes, all right. I want to thank you so much for being here with me this evening. You could have been anywhere, but you are here with us, my listening audience, giving so freely of yourself and of your time. Once you've been on Endie Fiya, you become a part of the family. You're welcome back at any time. You got new music. Just make sure that we get it. We'll get it in rotation. So, again, thank you. Make sure that we get those links so that we can vote you up. Guys, we'll get back tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have blues artist Mimi Yasal will be here with us. And then on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Audio is going to be here with us. All right? If you can't make them all, please, please, please do not miss them all. Until then, you guys have a good night.
Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. Entertainment, news, daily inspiration for everyone. Yeah.